are you guys? How's your Sunday going? My name is Mr. Mismatching Marcus, and I want to introduce to you Week 4 Challenge. A couple things I got to go over with you, okay? So, what you'll be focusing on, and I'll show you, I'll give you a little demo, are flourishes. Flourishes are these fancy, elegant lines that extend off of a letter. Now, back in the day in the 1300s, these were used as protection against forgery. So a scribe, a person who would write out a letter for maybe a nobleman or a businessman, would add these flourishes as a distinguishing factor, a distinguishing element to that specific nobleman or businessman. So if it was ever caught in them, traveling to its recipient, and if it was stolen, that person could not duplicate it because these at the time were very hard to do. Only a certain amount of scribes could do flourishes. So we're gonna practice them today, and then I'll show you the project that we're gonna use them on, okay? So let's look at, I'll upload these on Neo, okay? So you don't have to worry about reading it all right now. I'll upload them and you can take a look. But look at how creative and beautiful these flourishes are. Now, if you zoom in over here, you can see that some of these flourishes are really simple. Look at that A right there, just the top and bottom. But look at how extravagant and elegant those flourishes can turn into. So you might just be starting with some simple ones and practice to get a little bit more complicated and crazy looking. This will be on Neo. Again, super simple flourishes like this one, or like this one on the L, or like this little guy on the R, on the back of the R and the front of the R, or as crazy as you want to go. Those lines can continue, and I'll show you how you can do that. Now, if you have a letter that you would like to add a flourish to, you can easily go on to Google, and you can type in flourish letter, let's say Y, flourish letter Y, Google that, and it'll give you a whole bunch of examples. You can copy them, you can steal them, because it's showing you the line that you would need to copy and extend off of the letter. Or if I flip this upside down, you have a flourished letter H. All right, so they can be as simple as you want or as extravagant as you want. And look at this. I think the best alphabet to work with flourishes is cursive. So if you write out your words in cursive, those flourishes are going to be easier to add on to. Now this one is actually called Copperplate, and that is an alphabet using a pointed nib. You can look up Copperplate. That's the official name of this style of writing. All right, but for us, you can just use cursive. All right, let me show you how you can do this. And you might want to start with pencil. I'm going to do it in pen. I've done this a while, so I'm not afraid anymore. But you might have to start in pencil. All right. Let's write the word flourish. So what I'm going to do is, stand to my left because I'm a righty. I'm going to think about my cursive letters. And they don't all have to be connected. Maybe the S is going to go below. That is how you spell flourish. F-L-O-U-R-I-S-H, flourish. Now look at these. The ascenders and the descenders are perfect to add these flourishes. Maybe I'm going to add a flourish that looks like that. Maybe this one is going to be a simple one that goes this way. Maybe this one is going to come down and over like that. Maybe the S goes behind the R and comes over that way. Those are flourishes. They can be as simple or as extravagant as you want. Now, how do you add thick and thins to flourishes? Remember, like last week, for a letter, the letter L, as you go down, it'll be thick, and as you come up, it'll be thin. So the O, thick on the left, thick on the right. The U, thick going down, skinny as it comes up, thick going down, skinny as it goes up. The R, thick as you come down. So remember, if you're going to the left or the right, they're going to be skinny. If you are going up or down, they're gonna be thick. So the same thing goes with flourishes. So look at this flourish, it's coming down, it's gonna get thicker. And you can outline it like that and then fill it in. It's coming over, it'll be skinny, then it goes up, it'll be thick, and then you fill it in. As you come down just a little bit, it might be a little thicker because it's going down, it's not perfectly horizontal. And as it comes up, it'll get thick, almost like a moon, a crescent moon. Comes over, skinny, it comes down, and it gets thick. Now what I like to do at the ends of my flourishes, I like to add this little teardrop shape, right? It's just, this is a big teardrop shape. So I can add that over here. I can add it over here. I can add it over here. So look at that. Thick, skinny, thick, thick, skinny, thick. And that's how you would add those thicks and skinnies to your flourishes. All right, so practice that. Maybe get some computer paper. Practice those flourishes with a pencil. And even on your project that you're going to be doing this week, you can still use a pencil and then go over it with a pen. So it'll get thick and connect with the H. The H will get skinny and thick. You can even add a little teardrop at the end of that H. All right, so that's a flourish. And you might have to do a little bit more research and take a look at some examples online. So what are you going to be doing for this flourish project? You are going to be making weathergrams. A weathergram is made out of, I use Trader Joe's paper bags. You'll be cutting them. If you have a ruler, awesome. If not, you can just sort of guess 3 inches by 10 inches. That's this size right here, 3 by 10. And then what you're gonna do is on the 1.5 inch line, you know, it's about 2 fingers wide, you're gonna fold it. Look at that. So that's 3 by 10. And then you're gonna fold it down. You're gonna punch a little hole in that. Now a weathergram, if any of you know Steve Jobs, big guy, right? Inventor of the iPhone, CEO of Apple. He passed away some years ago, but he went to college up in Oregon at Reed College, and he took a calligraphy class, believe it or not. And one of his projects was weathergrams. A weathergram is a short little quote, and then you're gonna find, you know, look at this, I just used a piece of vine, a twig. If you have maybe some string or rope, you can tie that around. If you have, I use metal here, some wire, that could work. What you're gonna do is you're gonna write out a short quote and have at least 3 flourishes somewhere. Maybe it's at the top, maybe it's in the middle, maybe it's at the bottom. And then around your community, near where you live, you're gonna go hang these in the trees and bushes. So people walking by can take a look and read something inspiring and maybe lift up their day. Maybe they're having a bad day and they read this that you wrote and their day just cheered up, okay? So this was, let's see, this was the first one that I made. Take a look. This one is Change the Game. Don't Let the Game Change You by Mr. Macklemore, right? Macklemore? You know what I'm saying. So the H has a flourish, this H has a different flourish. Look at the E, that's a flourish, that's a very simple one. The G has a flourish, the D, where else with the G? This little H, look at that T. The crossbar on the T comes up and connects with the flourish of the H. When it connects with another letter, that's called a ligature. And then look at this crazy G down here, and that is sort of connected with the Y as well. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 or 14 flourishes in just this one. I'm just expecting at least 3 from you. So this is how I started. What you're gonna do is after you have, you know, ripped it apart, maybe you use scissors to cut it up, or you can just sort of tear it if you're very careful. And after you fold it, if you feel comfortable going straight in pen, go for it. Maybe you start in pencil. This is what my letters started with, right? Basic skinny lines, the stick letters, okay? And then I started to outline them. That looks pretty cool by itself. Do you need to fill it in? Maybe not. maybe you did a good job and they look cool with the open space inside the flourish. And then the last thing I did is I filled it in with a pen. All right, so these are my three. So this was the first one I did, and this was the second one I did. So this one says, have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish. Look at that. How many flourishes do I have in there? Count them up. I'm just expecting 3 from you, okay? And after you've written it, find some string or something, be creative, a paper clip, take it apart, wrap it around, and you're gonna be hanging these around your community in the trees, all right? So, on Neo, I will also upload 2 pages of quotes so you can get inspired. Maybe you have your own quote. Maybe you look up some quotes on your own. You can use those as well. You don't have to use just these. My examples came from these 2 pages as well. All right, here's the final. Take a look. This is what I'm expecting. High quality photos, always high quality. No shadows or anything. Try your best. So I want to see, you're going to send me, email me 4 close-ups. Okay, so maybe just lay them out. 1 photo, 2 photos, 3 photos, 4 photos. Okay. And then you'll be doing 4 photos of each one hanging in their home, in a tree or a bush. So go out, hang it up, take a photo, pull back. I don't have to be able to read it because you're gonna send me the close-ups. I'll be able to read the close-ups, but if it's a few feet back, as long as I see it in an environment, in a tree or bush, you're good, all right? So that's 4 plus 4, that's 8 photos you're sending to me, all right? And as always, 3 to 4 sentence description. What did you do? Which quotes did you choose? And why did you choose those quotes? 4 weathergrams. Each one contains 3 or more flourishes, and each weathergram is hanging in an environment in your neighborhood. Have fun with this. Include your brothers, sisters, parents, family. Make a dinner date out of it. Have some dinner, make some weathergrams. You got 1 week, next Sunday. By next Sunday, you can email me earlier those 8 photos with your description, and you're good to go. All right, guys, have fun with this. Weathergrams all over. You can make more than 4 if you want. Extra credit. All right, y'all. Mr. Mismatching Marcus, signing out.